What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a tap into your soul reading for the sign of Leo. Okay, Leo, you guys were last but not least this week, well, last week on the zodiac lineup. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. Um, Quick couple of side notes, you guys. So this will be your last tap into your soul reading, and just in general across the board for the collective. Um, we've gotten all that we can out of these readings energetically, primarily due to the fact because um, I'll let you guys know something. When I continue to kind of see the same energy from time to time within these reads, it's time for the energy to change. Okay, and so this is the end of Tap Into Your Souls. If you're just coming across this and coming along to these readings, I appreciate your viewership, okay, Leos. But you can always refer to my channel and look for the Tap Into Your Soul playlist. I will keep the playlist up on my channel, so at any given point in time, like I said, if you're just coming in on it, you can go back and review some of the other Tap Into Your Soul readings, okay? Secondly, Leos, you guys got the energy shout out, okay? Of course, it's coming up after the energy shout out. It was supposed to come up before, but Saturday the energy was really down for me, and emotionally I was trying to get myself together, so I decided to skip Saturday. But I did get your energy shout out done, so you can refer to that, okay? This is not, don't take this reading as correlating with your energy shout out because it was a really good read, okay? So take this reading to be maybe something that transpired before that energy shout out, okay? Yeah, so I think that's everything as far as little tidbits, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading, okay? So we're going to do one from the top, which is for your past, one from the bottom, which is for your present, okay? And then one energetically from the middle, which I think I'm gonna go here. I was gonna go another way, but let's go this way, okay? And then at this point in time, Leos, if you'd like, you can think of what you would like your overall outcome to be, okay? Again, this is possibly going to resonate with past energy for you or recent past energy for you, okay? So with these three cards, there will be three questions. Answer them honestly for yourself, okay? And let's go ahead and get started, okay? So past placement, what held you back in the past, okay? What held you back in the past, Leo? Okay, definitely new energy alert, okay? This card coming up for the first time, okay? So I want you to take a look at this imagery here. This deck is by Deborah Koff Chapman, okay? These are the soul cards to deck, okay? Take the time to really look at this imagery and answer that question of how it makes you feel. What held you back in the past, okay? So it's a beautiful imagery here of a woman with a flower, okay? She seems to be wearing like this cloak, and the flower is like near her head, okay? And it's all this like orange light beaming around her. So this is sacral chakra energy, from, in my opinion, okay, is what I'm automatically kind of leaning towards. Energetically, your sacral chakra is dealing closely with your reproductive organs. And so inner child is the first thing that I associate when it comes to sacral, okay? So something in correlation, this imagery could be in reference to a motherly figure, or possibly someone who you are really close to, okay? That you've possibly had some issues with, okay? Um, they seemed maybe missing from your life in a sense, is what I'm feeling, okay? For some of you, issues, motherly issues, okay? Possibly an issue of them, like I said, not being around, okay? Could have caused some issues for you, Leos, okay? um, so possibly what could have held you back, for some of you, if it's motherly or parental, the fact that they were not around for a long time. They could have possibly um, either separated from your father or passed away. Okay, and my condolences again to you, because we kind of spoke on death a little bit within your ancestor read. Okay. Um, for others of you, it could have just been a relationship, okay, kind of piggybacking off of the ancestor read and your overall energy this week, okay, in reference to love. It could have been a missed opportunity with someone who was very gentle, because of this flower being here in this orange glow around them. It seems to be somewhat of an innocence attached to this as well. So it could have been something in regards, for some of you, a missed opportunity, like I said, with someone very, very sacred, very wholesome, very genuine. And again, per your ancestor read, if you have not watched it, by all means, you can go on my channel and look for the ancestor. A word from the ancestor read. It could be easier to find if you go to like videos, and it should show like my most recent uploads, okay? So it should be there, okay? So let's move on to your present, okay? What continues to hold you back presently? What continues to hold you back presently, Leos, okay? So we have this card here that has popped up a few times. It's popped up for Capricorn. Last week it popped up for someone, I just cannot remember who it was. Might have been Virgo, not 100% sure. Okay. Either one of those signs you could be associated with, or have it in your chart. Okay, but that's just for information, for your information. Okay. So with this card being in your present, you are somewhat guarded, okay? Whenever I see this card, it feels like you're pretty guarded when it comes to your home, your energy, period, okay? As you know, is customary for most people, I believe, energy transfers from one person to another. And so, you can't just invite anyone into your home, okay? However, I think your guardedness is a little bit more in depth as far as trust. It's more so about having trust issues, okay? Again, it could be based on your past, okay? It could have been something that was kind of instilled in you in a sense of watching what others did or handled, others like around the house, from your parents. Again, for some of you, if it was a motherly connection of some form of abandonment on that sense, or losing them, it may have caused this innate inability to trust, okay, when it comes to female counterparts, okay, for some of you male or female Leos, okay? I like to do inclusion on my channel, okay? So get in where you fit in, okay? But that is what I feel is going on presently, what's holding you back presently, okay? Let's move on to the future placement. How will you change your future, Leo? How will you change your futures? So we have this imagery here. Take the time to look at this imagery and think about or write down, if you like, how this makes you feel. I've been suggesting this about a few months now for anyone that watches these readings, because it's kind of like therapy through tarot, if you will, okay? But you can journal these for yourself and kind of keep track of how your energy changes. And even though these readings are ending, you can still do it. Go back to the inception of when these readings started and kind of work your way back, okay? So with this here, you see the man sitting with this snake on the side of them, okay? His head ablaze, okay? One thing I will mention to you guys recently, it's funny that this card comes up, and it's funny how the universe works when I do tarot. But I'll share this with you, and it's associated with this card. No worries, okay? So I had this dream today, this morning before I woke up, and I have a huge, like, I do not like snakes, okay? I am not a snake person, reptiles whatsoever. The only cute one to me is the gecko from the commercial, and that's it. But I had one in my house one time and I freaked out. I've had a little toad in my house before, and I had to get it out of my house, and I damn near like to die. So I don't, ever since I was a child, I do not do reptiles. I've had a frog when I was a kid right on my foot, and it was like downpour torrential rain, and where I lived, there were just frogs all the time that came out. There was no woods or anything, but the grass would get very like saturated when it would rain really heavily, and one came right on my foot, and I kid you not, I did the loudest scream I possibly could, kicked it up in the air, and ran in the house. It was terrible. So nonetheless, now you know one of my one of my fears, okay? But as far as back to my dream, okay? So in the dream, there was a brown snake, okay? There was a brown snake. It was like a brown, like, water moccasin, and it was in a jar. At first, I thought it was like taxidermy in a jar, and it had like this black stripe on its back too. I'm just remembering that. It was a black stripe, and it came out of the jar. It came out of the jar, and I was like, please don't come towards me. Please don't come towards me. And it came to me, but it didn't stick out its tongue. Usually when snakes stick out their tongues, they're trying to sense you, okay? And that's how they smell, okay? And so he wasn't trying to sense me. He wasn't trying to, attack me. He wasn't trying to bite me. And he slithered to me and came up my back. I had clothes on. It didn't go through my clothes and went outside of my clothes, and it just like was hanging around on my right shoulder. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm like internally freaking out, but I'm trying to stay as calm as possible, because I'm like, it probably senses fear, it senses my body heat, and I don't want it to. It wasn't big, but it was maybe about yay big, And then this black and white cat came out of nowhere and like attacked my shoulder to get to it, and it slithered away, and it went through a door, and that was it. And so when I woke up, I looked up brown snakes, okay? Something that I do whenever I have dreams, if there's a particular color of something in my dream, I will go and look it up. And I went to look up the fact that it was a brown snake, and it said that brown snakes, there were a couple of different meanings, but it mentioned something about your deepest desires that no one knows about, okay? And basically physical desires. It could be sexual desires, it could be material desires, love, or associated with a particular person. And I was like, oh, like, come on. And so, um, of course, you know, for me, I know what it is. It's not sexual desires, but it's more so about my life in general, things that I'm doing, um, what I desire to achieve in a person. And so, with this being here and this coming out, this brown snake being here, I feel like it coming in my dream, you know, was attached to you Leos, to help you guys out. Um, your whatever this deepest desire is, it's attached to your mind. Now, any other time when I do, you know, get this card to come out, um, it's also for some of you, it could be a sense of you learning how to center yourself, learning how to um, protect your mind, okay, in your dreams, okay, and being aware of, you know, any negative energy, okay. So in a sense, you could be dealing with that too, as far as getting over any particular vices that have been holding you back from achieving your goals. The snake could represent that for you, okay, taking away color association and all of that, okay. That is how I normally read this card, okay, is being aware of those, that negative energy, whatever is possibly has been looming around you, whatever this snake represents to you, okay. But not all snakes in dreams are considered bad or negative, okay. Some snakes can be based off of insecurity. Others, like I said, the brown one in reference to desires. So as you see here, like I said, his head is ablaze, okay? And so this snake is aware of his mind, okay, and that it's protected, and so it cannot get in to cause any type of, you know, toxic thoughts and things of that nature, okay? Whatever or whoever this snake could stand for, you could have someone around you, that you are, you know, aware of what they're trying to do with you, or cause inner conflicts with you. Like, you could have someone that's like somewhat of an instigator in a sense around you, Leos, and you're aware of it. And so, you know, you're watching them just as much as they're watching you, but you're protecting your thoughts, okay? Which is what you should do, okay? But for others of you, it is about this possibly brown snake, speaking or materializing into your desires, okay? And so just be careful about what your desires are, okay? So, and that they're of, you know, positive connotation. Now, let's go ahead and get into the bottom of the deck for your overall outcome, Leos. And this is your image for your overall outcome. Take the time to look at this image and, you know, see if it actually correlates with what you would like your outcome to be, okay? This card never has appeared in this position. It's usually somewhere here in the spread, okay? So for you guys, as you can see, there's like purples, browns, some blue. I love this deck, and you know, I'm really kind of sad that, you know, this is the last of it. But when something is, you know, done in a sense of getting everything that we can out of this reading for everyone, it's time to do a new reading, okay? And so to help you guys readjust, okay? Again, you're just coming on to these readings. I truly appreciate your viewership, and I hope you are able to kind of go back and look at either your sun, moon, or rising sign, or any other placement that's important to you, okay? Such as your 7th house might be very important to you, or your 9th house, or 3rd house, okay? So by all means, you know, that's something that I would do. I used to watch tarot, and I would do that myself, with my own birth chart placements when I found them out, okay? And it just helped me get a more well-rounded reading, and you don't have to spend any money for it. It's free 99 if you're doing it on YouTube, okay? So nonetheless, which kind of falls into this overall outcome, okay? Research, okay? Um, you guys are about to dip into some form of study, Leo. Maybe possibly getting more in tune with yourself, okay? I always, whenever I see this image, it looks like someone like reading a book. The book isn't, truly physically there, but it looks energetically there, okay? So whether it's a book or whether you're online, maybe you're on your phone a lot sometimes. I use my phone to look at, my Google News feed so I can see what's going on in the world, because I really don't watch news. It's full of too much depressing energy. And so whatever I need to know, I pretty much, look on Google to tell me what's going on currently. And then I get like little notifications, news notifications, and that's really enough for me, okay? But I feel like Leos, you guys are going to be going through, just like everybody else, a massive ascension within this month and going forward, okay? Doing some true research in the form of emotional healing, mental stability, things of that nature. And with these readings, I always am an advocate for therapy. So, by all means, if you ever feel like you have some other issues that you are suppressing subconsciously, I would strongly suggest a therapist to you. I've done it for at least 2 years. And it was the best decision that I ever made to help me with some of my own issues that I was dealing with. Work had me completely stressed out. It still kind of does, but I deal with it a little bit better than what I used to. Family issues, personal issues, and it just felt good to talk to someone who had an unbiased opinion, okay? Where I did not feel crazy or no one was judging me, especially dealing with wanting to do tarot. I had to deal with judgment. And people, kind of feeling as though I shouldn't do it, okay? I had to get that as well. So it was mixed energy when I decided to do tarot, and come to find out it's in my lineage. And so I was really kind of forced, in a sense, to kind of deal with it emotionally by, seeking therapy, seeing if anything was wrong, with me for wanting to do this. And it's something I've been wanting to do for years, since I was 22. So to finally be doing it, I feel like I'm accomplished no matter what. When it comes to this, I am home, and I'm home in a sense of wanting to help others be a better version of themselves than they were yesterday. So if that is what you are here for, Leos, I truly welcome you. I hope you continue to watch the other readings on my channel, as they are all meant to help center you and to, watch your energy flow into something more positive and more productive, okay, as far as life, within your life. I don't always talk about love on this channel. It can be a bevy of things, okay? And I am an open channel to helping the collective as much as I possibly can. So I truly do appreciate your viewership. That is all that I have for you. I hope you understood the meaning behind this particular image, okay? This deck does not come with a book, okay? So these are intuitive reads, okay? So like I said, you can go on my channel, you guys, and look at these readings from the past, okay, to kind of help you if you'd like. In September, I will be back doing regular readings on the, I think it's like the 5th or the 6th, okay? I just know it's a Tuesday. Like the first Tuesday of September, okay? I will be back with regular reads. Tap Into Your Souls will be gone, but something else will be taking its place, okay? I used the last 2 weeks to pretty much clear my energy. Hopefully you will do the same if you're a spiritualist. I will be releasing monthly manifestations before the next new moon on the 27th, so you can kind of take a peek in that. That's for the collective, but it can also hold some messages for you there if you're trying to get organized within your personal goals or material goals. You can watch that as well, okay? And that usually releases as an instant premiere, so you'll get a notification if you're subscribed to the channel, okay? So with that being said, I think that's everything. Thank you guys so much, and so I will see you guys next time, Leos. Peace.